Now let us sculpt. And for that, I will use a multi-resolution modifier and work in higher polygonal density. I will also try to find a better illumination on the material preview mode so the brushes can pop up. And I'll try to follow the image reference so I can do the wrinkles or folds in the same direction, which looks a bit curled. So in sculpt layout, I'll start to use the crease tool to do the folds. With the Alt key pressed, the brushes will pull the mesh outwards. After done all the inside out folds, I will use the crease tool with no key pressed and I will get inward strokes. So now I will use the scrap tool to flatten a bit the surface. It's looking nice, and I think we're done on the sculpting part. Now going back to the low base mesh, we will select some edges and mark them as seams. So we can open the mesh by unwrap it and work on the UV space. At this time I'm just trying to find the best edges to rip. Let us see if it helps later on when creating the normal map. On the UV editor window, let's create a new image with 2048 square pixels. Now let's unwrap the mesh, and I hope it has a good and evenly spaced UV projection over the image. And it seems that after trying several times, I didn't get the result I wanted. So we can try this cylinder projection, and by selecting just the center polygons on the sphere, we will get a better UV map with more pixels for each polygon. Inverting the selection, we will unwrap the lower part. For the top, we will just go for a sphere projection and scale it down to occupy less image pixels since there's almost no surface relief. And I think we are ready to create the normal map. Let's change to the shading layout so we can create a new material. We need to have a new image texture node. Pressing Ctrl T will bring up a texture setup if you already have activated the node wrangle on the preference add-ons. This time we just isolate the texture node by unlink all slots and select the new black empty image on the list. Set to non-color space. On the render panel, we select the Cycles render engine. We should bring down the viewport level to 0 on the modifier and turn on Auto Smooth. And now let's bake, turning on multi-resolution checkbox to use the active modifier. On the image viewport, let's bring up the new image and watch the result as we hit the bake button on the rendering panel. And there it is. Let us see if it works. It has small issues that won't matter later on. Then we need to add a normal map node, so we can control the bump strength and connect it to the normal input on the principled bsdf node. Okay, let us see how it looks now. Well, I have to do some minor repairs on the sculpt side. On the top it really doesn't look great, but it won't affect the overall shape of the lollipop. Let us crease even more some folds. Then we repeat all the baking process. Now we will increase the strength using the value slider on the normal map. This is too much, but reducing a bit, it looks fine.